Welcome to Milan Fintech Summit 2023. We are here from Milan, Allianz MiCo. 2 days of working in the moment to talk about fintech and the world of fintech. In this moment, we are together with Gianni Camisa, who is a CEO at OCS Group. Thank you for being with us, Gianni.
Thank you for having me.
So, Gianni, in this moment, we want to talk about the lending industry and the innovation of this sector, calling LendTech. What is, first of all, and what is the state of the art of this segment of fintech today in Italy? Also, from your special observatory as a company on the market since
40 years.
40 years ago.
Next year.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, LendTech is the branch of digital or banking technologies that deal with, lending money to consumers. That's what we do. The sector is still pretty vibrant, despite the economic conditions, interest rates going up and inflation going up. So it's still growing pretty well. What is happening, and it's also what happened in the past, is probably that these conditions will further, push for consolidation. We believe that quality players will emerge even more, and since we believe we are one of them, we're pretty optimistic. Pretty optimistic.
So you crossed in these years from the first digitization up to now to the fintech. What is the main change in this sector according to you? What are the opportunities, the challenges you need to face and catch? And what are, according to your vision, the priorities in order to grow in the market?
We should probably look at this question from our side and the customer side. From our side, we have been pushing to move from the internal, so to say, optimizing processes for our customers, offering them solutions that would, drive operational excellence. And now we're moving into the more, customer-facing kind of technologies. From the customer point of view, I think the main challenge today is really to, be faster in implementing innovation. That is probably, one of the, I would say, issues that we have been facing with them, because, banks are regulated, and so they are somewhat slower in the adoption of innovation. But I believe that now it's time really to move faster and really try to replicate something that, we have experienced as consumers, but also as institutions in the consumer space.
Yeah, in this way, it's interesting the point of view, the customer in the center of the action, in the center of the strategy. But in order to help customers more and more, what are the next steps? What are the trends to follow under a technological point of view, but also maybe a cultural point of view? Because we know that in Italy, the lending concept is not always following by a lot of people, but it's so important in this moment, mostly for the companies.
Sure. Well, I think you touched the right point. Customer experience, customer journeys, obviously supported and helped by a wise use of artificial intelligence and data mining, or data management in general terms is the key issue. And I believe that banks and financial institutions really have to have a look at what is happening in the consumer space and try to replicate the same, or partially replicate the same, in the banking experience. You mentioned lending is not perceived as something very familiar, very close. One of the reasons is that there is probably some technical gap that has to be filled, and make life of the consumers easier. If you look at the emerging players, for instance, in the buy now pay later space, you will notice that most of them basically copied something that was already there in the consumer space, and translated that into the financial space.
And I think this is an interesting point, because the buy now pay later tool started as an outsider, we can say,
Exactly.
in the system, but now a lot of Italians want the buy now pay later. So when there is the opportunity, Italian
And,
come.
there is the need, clearly. Now there is the technology, and so people are realizing that that is not really lending, but it's a more convenient way of paying for
Yeah.
the stuff or the services they're getting.
Maybe we can say that buy now pay later could be the best point of education in terms of lending.
Yeah, it might be, even though, again, it started from a different angle. It started in a non-regulated way, or in a non-regulated area, which is now a bit of a challenge, because the non-performing loans, even though small, are booming. But again, it's a very good example on how to tap into a new need and a new customer segment with the new technology, and basically doing the job of a bank.
And we hope that in Italy we will keep finding other examples like this for the LendTech. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you
and
for having
your
me here.
advices. Thank you.